Another one for Tommy boy. Another one for the world. Another one for the listeners. And maybe.
Welcome back to the Third Leg Podcast. This week we have Lions Sadness Recap, Week 15, plus a little look ahead to Michigan football, their head coaching news, drama, yada yada yada. How you doing? How you been, fellas?
Hey, pretty good. Holiday season. Christmas was a dud because of the Lions. Thank you very much.
Without
Yeah,
Christmas, this would have hurt a little harder.
yeah. Without opening some little prezzies from Sandy, I would have been. I would have been mad. It would have been a bad. We had a bad time, but still had a little good in there.
Yeah.
So, but
It was
what
so
about
bad.
you?
Yesterday, I didn't even watch the late game. I said, fuck it. I'm done watching football for a
Oh,
while.
I didn't either, dude. I didn't either. I
There
said
wasn't
screw
anything
that.
else
It
on.
looked fucking bad too. When I looked at the score, I was like,
The whole
why is?
slate was shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
The whole slate was shit. Only the Broncos were a playoff team. I mean, obviously, people like to see the Chiefs lose, but we like to see the Chiefs lose when Mahomes at the helm.
Right.
So it ain't the same.
Definitely
I would.
not the same.
I also, I'm, me. I'm a high scorer. I like high scoring games. Just a bunch of fucking bogus ass football.
Cowboys Commanders was high scoring. There were some big plays, but also who's watching the Cowboys?
Yeah, well, not me. Couldn't catch me watching that one.
Unfortunate. I was actually hoping the Commanders would win. Because why
Yeah.
not?
I was watching. I needed CeeDee Lamb to get 4 more yards.
That's it for the
Yep.
lay.
Yep.
Oh,
All
that's
I
fucked
needed
up.
was 50. All I needed was 50. He didn't catch a ball since 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Thank God
That's
I'm playing
still
against them in fantasy in the championship. But I had
that's
Pickens, so it was like neither of them got the ball at the end because they were
mm,
whipping ass and then they were running. They had too many big running plays.
Yep.
In the beginning of the game, like Pickens was open and he looked like he was just fresh. But they ran the ball so fucking good that they didn't have to go attack outside. Mikey was getting cooked out there though.
Yep.
That's all I'm gonna say. Mikey was getting fried.
That'll happen every once in a while when you're going against elite receivers.
That'll happen on them big jobs. That will happen.
Yep. But I guess let's just get to it, right? The Lions 10-23, 6 turnovers, 5 by our, super athletic quarterback that we have. What do you guys
Well,
that
think?
I
last
mean,
dude, that last fumble when like he just fucking landed on it but didn't have the ball. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like that's it. That was just, whatever, dude.
he got bitched. Our line got bitched. We had a lot of penalties. We had a lot of center problems, a shit snap, a couple false starts. Didn't look like we had any control in the trenches. The numbers will show you. We ran the ball 30 times for 68 yards, less than 2.5 average, and our longest rush of the night was 8 yards. So you're gonna
Yeah.
get what you get. I mean, you're only running your longest run is 8 yards. Then we're putting it in Goff's hands and giving them opportunities to do what we seen could be done. They dropped a lot of people, but they were still getting after us in the front four. And then when they did bring pressure, they brought the whole fucking house. And there wasn't like it just weren't on page for the number three receiver, whoever's closest in to have the hot route or anything, because he got hit before he was loading up or anything multiple times. Like it was more like he didn't know where it was coming from or how many were coming pre-snap. And if you don't know what's coming pre-snap and you have a shitty line, you will die. That's the way it goes. You don't have the all-star lineman to save your mess ups on pre-read snaps. You're gonna get what you got. You're gonna get sack fumbled. You're gonna get hit from behind. He got sandwiched, and it wasn't anywhere near him like loading up to throw the ball. He was 2 seconds away from throwing it. That's how off he was pre-snap.
On that exact play, our left tackle is doing this. Like, what the hell, Dan Skipper? Our tight end got blown by right next to him, and the other guy went into the guard, and our left tackle's just standing there holding his fucking air. Like, what in the hell are we doing?
Yeah, it looked rough out there. It didn't look like we had anything going. When we had typically had bad games, we couldn't get it going through the air, but we still had the running game getting us over the 50-yard line. in their territory where we either fizzled out or we went for it on 4th down or something like that. Like this game, it just felt like we couldn't control anything in the trenches to be able to get us over that 50-yard line consistently. Like we were just playing on our back foot so much of that game, and our defense was on the field so much. Hats off to them for being so ballsy. I mean, who
Yeah.
gives at the end of the day? I mean, the game really didn't matter, but they actually executed almost all of their 4th downs, if not all of their fourth. Like they just took advantage of the opportunity, like Detroit did something like last year. That's kind of what it just reminded you of. Like when they went for it on a 4th down, you're like, yeah, they're gonna get it. It wasn't like our defense was not letting up 40, but we couldn't hold when we needed to.
And Flores is an elite D coordinator,
For sure.
D play caller.
Yeah, I think now we just gotta look towards next season because fucking this season's choked. We're done. We're toast. Can't make the playoffs no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, this week's chalk or this
Lose
year's
out.
chalk.
Fuck it.
This year's chalk. I was looking. Right now we're best position we can do is just 14th. Pretty much just
Not
lock
bad.
that in.
That's not bad. Some shit can slip. We can get something nice at 14.
Let's draft
Yep,
Proctor.
So right now, I think we're competing. I think if I'm looking at this right, the Cowboys are 7-8.
Yep.
And 1.
Right. So I guess we might be able to go to 13 because they're at 13 right now at 7-8-1. Ravens are right there too at 7-8. So as long as the Ravens win, they should beat the Packers this week because they're trying to make it to the playoffs. Packers already got it locked up. So what's the point of really them playing anybody?
Love's Ravens, they still have a chance, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the Ravens, if they win out, they're in the playoffs.
Steelers lose? Oh, if they just went out, they don't have to worry about anyone
if
else.
they just went out, yeah. I think it's just if they went out.
Wow, what a fucking beautiful place to be at.
It's
you win 9
games
and you're Gucci.
Because they played the Steelers in the final.
Yeah, they played
Gotcha.
They played the Steelers the last game.
I gotcha.
So, Indy might be in a position too to get a little lower spot than us, but I think if we just lose, I mean, I'm hoping we just fucking lose against the Bears, but
8-7 Indy. Good lord. 5
we were
straight
talking about
L's.
them being the best team in the league, bro.
No. Y'all were.
They got hurt.
They got hurt.
They were on fraud alert
talking
for me all season long.
What are we
I don't think they're
talking
frauds,
about?
but when you got Billup Gibbers out there throwing the ball, and you ain't winning games.
Even
They took
before
advantage
that,
of their schedule.
yeah, and they're gonna be able to get like the 3 seed again. Lions hopefully get that 4 seed. Have a nice, easy out of conference schedule next year for non-divisional games.
What's the top need, I guess top priority on your guys' wish list or need list for the Lions next?
Offensive line, DBs. Offensive line, DBs. That's like we should be spamming offensive line, DBs. Obviously, our interior defensive line could get better. That's almost always. If you want to go a different route, if you want to keep Anzalone, there's a few question marks. We're keeping Campbell. That's a guarantee. Whether or not we bring in a vet, Mike, that's one thing. But Campbell moves too well and is flying around, and he's so cheap right now. He's almost impossible to get rid of until until we're gonna have to pay him.
Yeah. So to me, I think to answer your question, Jimmy, before I say what I'm gonna say, O-line defense. We've got so far right now. The Lions have 32 expiring contracts. Most of these are a bunch of just jokesters. That they just don't really play. I mean, let's be real. They don't really play too much.
They play this year.
Yeah, they played this year, but like nobody that like, okay. Rock Yassin, he has played well down the stretch. He was cheap. I don't want to see him starting. That's for fucking sure.
Right.
But
we can retain him for cheap. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we gotta get healthy, first of all. Like we have so many injuries. As long as everyone gets healthy, I think we're I don't know. I feel like the guys that are playing right now, being able to retain one or two of these guys to be our backups next year.
Mhm.
Yeah, it sucked this year, but they got more playing time
More reps, more experience. Yeah.
than they would ever get. And I know this isn't like a college scenario, but these guys are already cheap. If they put up good enough film, they'd be able to go somewhere else.
Mhm.
So if they don't or can't, then it'd be nice to be able to retain them in this system. We're going to keep defense coordinator in the same system and be able to bring our starters in and have a little more reliability on guys with experience within our system rather than getting new guys that next year in spring camp is all you're going to get before we all get hurt again, for a third year in a row. Can we look into training staff? Can we look into strength and conditioning? Can we do any of that?
So to answer my question, the number one need in the Lions fucking organization is the new training staff, and then number two, natural grass. Get rid of the fucking artificial turf at Ford Field. Get it out of there. Then we can
That'll
start to
never
look
happen.
at players.
Yeah.
The Fords make enough money. God damn, they can afford it.
Yeah, but they'd make a little less if they had to put in some real.
Sheila says she's committed to winning and doing whatever it takes. We'll put your money where your mouth is, and let's do it. The Lions right now in 2025 have $20 million in cap space. Next year, they only have 5. But what I think we'll probably see in the offseason before the cap turns over is we'll start to restructure some contracts, do what the Patriots did with Tom Brady, give them the huge signing bonus that hits this year's cap, and then lower their salaries for the years coming, like a Jared Goff, Taylor Decker, if he's going to stay, that kind of thing. I think the conversation has to be had about getting rid of Goff. Do we look to make a move to bring in a quarterback that's a little bit more mobile? Because
I think main thing we got to do, we got to look at these contracts. Who do we want to keep? We got 32 expiring. Are we keeping anybody? I look at this list. Get rid of Anzalone. He's up. Fuck that motherfucker. Get him out of here. I hate that guy. I don't know. Something about him rubs me the wrong way. I see Malcolm Rodriguez on this list. I know he's hurt. He looked
That
good when he
hurt
was
since he
playing.
got here, bro.
Yeah, but he looked good
To
when
be
he was playing.
fair.
So,
Oh yeah, I get that, but he was
know,
also the most undersized backer we have, and
true.
he gets hurt on special teams.
True. We got Amik Robertson. I know he was supposed to
That's
be.
one of the guys that I would bring in as a 2.
I think you have to
You
sign
bring
him.
him in as a 2, you bring him in dime packages, like he gets in the game because he's been relied on to man up and almost island out some of these top tier receivers where he's not supposed to be there. But
Mhm.
being able to take that experience, obviously you would imagine he gets better. The defense gets better, it helps him. Um, he's just one of those guys I would like to be able to retain on the roster because he's a dog. Detroit likes him. He kind of fits our system, and he doesn't have to start.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you guys are like full-fledged wanting to get rid of Alex Anzalone.
Yeah, dude. He's soft.
I only
bro.
want to get rid of Anzalone if you had somebody to bring in. I don't want to just
He's
get rid of him and hope that we get someone like I don't think we have the opportunity to get someone in the draft and put him right in. So it's going to have to be some vet that you're going to have to pay some money for that's reliable because he's our Mike. He's our communicator. He's going to be our guy. So I don't think Anzalone is the guy. I think he works well when you have another backer with him and Brian Branch creeping down. He looks a lot better because he doesn't have so much of the field
Just some
to
stats,
cover.
right? Like he is second in the team in tackles. He's second in the team in pass defenses. We're expecting this linebacker to run with slot and, do what normal middle linebackers or inside linebackers shouldn't have to do.
Well, most of them do it nowadays. I mean, you got Bobby Wagner running on routes and shit. If you play in the NFL, you will have to cover a backer, or they'll just take the running back versus a backer every single time, and you lose.
That's okay.
So
But
that
if we have a full defense and he doesn't have to go out to the slot every fucking third down, he's second in the team in pass defenses.
means they're throwing the
because
ball
people are
at him a
throwing at
lot.
him because he's fucking
Yeah.
trash.
I don't know if you guys watch the Lions very much, but they're throwing at fucking everybody.
That's
I'm
true.
aware.
Yeah,
But
we get that.
to me, okay, the top 2 linebackers that are available this offseason, Quay Walker plays for the Packers. He's faster, he's bigger, he's stronger than Anzalone. Can cover better than Anzalone. Second, who's this other guy? Devin Lloyd plays for the Jaguars. More picks, returns for touchdowns. Wait, he's better. He's better in pass coverage than Anzalone is.
What's Anzalone's asking price? That's kind of what it boils down to. How much would we have to pay to go get one of those other two guys or whoever else, or retain someone that knows the system? Yada yada yada. I'm not saying that he has to just go. He's like the guy that's fucking our team, but if he's one of the 32 guys on contract watch, are we retaining him and giving him whatever? If you're saying he has this, this, and this, that means his agent is also saying he has this, this, and this. So we're gonna have to pay him for those said stats.
I wholeheartedly agree.
If we have to go above and beyond to pay him, I don't know. But if we don't, I mean, I'm not like a get rid of Anzalone
Right.
or
I just
else.
know, okay, historically, okay, Anzalone has been one of the better moving backers, quickness, agility, speed, that kind of thing. The ability to cover backs and slot. He is getting older, I understand that, but he's
He
been
just
in
hasn't
the
been
system for a long
healthy
time.
enough, right?
I
Like
mean,
as
he
he's
played
getting older, we're gonna have to pay him. We're gonna have to at least give him a 2-year.
Yeah, so I'm just looking right now. So his projected market value is $7.5 million. Right. One of the guys I named, Quay Walker, he doesn't have a projected market value because they don't think the Packers are going to let him walk. The other one, Devin Lloyd, his projected market value is $20 million. So, but he's going to be Devin Lloyd's going to be top dog. But so if we're going to go after somebody,
that's where it's like I think our system's built for an Anzalone if we build around him. You know, it's like we don't have to spend 20 million at the middle because we want to have defensive ends in Brian Branch and yada 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 on the back end. Like we have high tier. I know they've been hurt, but we have money guys coming up. So if we pay him anywhere near that 7 to 10, where we would have to give up 20 for somewhere else, I think that 10 million would go a long way being able to have another addition or two on the team.
So someone else projected in that same price range as Anzalone is Devin Bush, younger. I don't know how he looked good on the Steelers before he tore his ACL. I haven't paid much attention to him since then. Yeah, so
Alex Anzalone, 86 speed in Madden.
Okay, we're bringing the Madden stats out.
Hey,
I don't like it.
Hey.
I don't like it.
For a middle linebacker?
86 is crazy.
You know how I play Madden. My middle linebacker's got to be 90. For
you
sure.
brought
He's
down a fucking
around,
safety
bro.
that you would run all over.
He's playing safety, middle linebacker.
So
I think that's one of our least worries. I think like he's more of a priority on that 32 list. He's gonna come back. I don't think we should waste too much time on Anzalone when we have so many other problems
like
on the team.
DJ Reader's got to go. He's ass. Khalif Raymond. I think with Tesla's emergence, you can let Raymond walk. I think Ted Kennedy's also on this list. I'd re-sign Tom Kennedy. I just re-signed him to fill Raymond's role. I think he does a nice job. He's cheaper, younger. He does fine returning kicks and shit like that. So he fills that kind of gadget tool role that Raymond fills. And everybody else on this list, I know we have Al-Quadin Muhammad. He's kind of been okay sometimes. We got just random names on here that like they're just getting thrown in and they have one good game here and there.
It's a legion of whom?
Yeah.
That's who you're looking at. You're looking at a ghost roster.
So I guess us looking at this list, you guys are like Amik Robertson, 50-50 on Anzalone, depends on the price. Jake Bates is on this list. Do we want to go with a new kicker? I know he was kind of off this year, but I say you re-sign him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're locked in. I'd be surprised he'd have to pull the Jake Moody to not be on next year's roster.
Avonte Maddox, big name, not performing how you'd expect. But
yeah, we're gonna have a different roster next year. I mean, at the end of the day, knowing there's 20 plus, like there's gonna be a turnaround next year. Hopefully for the better. Hopefully get fresh, healthy, rejuvenated.
I think one of the big things, kind of going back to Jimmy's point on do we get rid of Goff, I think we just need to find the successor. I think you got to keep Goff one more year. we need to get a backup to mold to take over. I don't know who.
Yep, not Hendon
Yeah.
Hooker. I can tell you that. I don't
Yeah, not
know.
Hooker.
I just don't
We ain't got
know
nobody on our roster right
what.
now.
I don't know what draft like picks we would. I don't think we're going to use a pick on a quarterback anymore after Hooker.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I
I
think
think there's a little bit of uneasiness for after that.
we got too many holes on the offensive line and defense to go after a QB. Okay, now I'm looking at the list. He ain't announced it yet. When Tier comes out, I'm all over that shit. But
Yeah, I
Um,
mean he obviously would slip too. I mean
yeah,
compared
you
to
could
what
pick
we
him
would
up
have thought
in
at the beginning of the year.
yeah, you could pick him up probably in
I feel like there's a
round
lot more
4.
teams that are gonna get after that a little more than we are.
you guys want to get sick here?
Yeah, I want to
Jared
get
Goff
nasty.
base salary next season. Just guess.
Uh,
I don't know, like something crazy.
probably like 53.
55 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
Ridiculous.
he's worth that. I mean,
No.
Fuck
what are we
no.
talking about here? He's been throwing at shoelaces for the last 3 games, no bullshit.
He's seeing ghosts.
Unpressured shoelaces, throwing at shoelaces, like he just throw. I don't know, man. I know when your offensive line is real shaky, you got a little bit of happy feet back there, but he's flat-footed.
Mm-hmm.
He stays flat and he won't move, and then he'll just throw it while fading away. Like no chop, no nothing. It's just you'll have crossing routes across his body that he won't even open his feet up to. That he just throws it and it goes at shoelaces.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what I would like to see as far as player personnel wise is I think we have to bolster the offensive line via free agency. There are a couple really big names that are going to be free agents in the offensive line category that if we can go get those, we solidify that offensive line, which makes Jared Goff a better quarterback, like we saw the previous 2 seasons. And then in the draft, okay, let's go heavy defense. Let's go get the best people that we can for the edge rusher and the DBs that we really need. If an edge rusher, did become available, wholeheartedly go after him. But I don't know if I see that happening.
Yeah, I mean, if we could go after Hendrickson
Yeah.
from the Bengals, that'd be
Let's see.
sick. But I see Linderbaum from the Ravens free agent center. I think Ragnow not being there was a huge hit to just the communication on that offensive line. Like,
Most
I don't really
definitely.
know that the guys were that bad. We just had we had rookies in there, people who hadn't really played, running center, trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. They can't even snap the ball to golf right. So we got to
not
fix
having
that.
a center, being able to communicate for being thrown in there young, and if your quarterback is not being a master communicator, you're gonna have a lot of fuck ups.
Mm-hmm.
Because it all comes down to pre-snaps. This is what I think the blitz is going to be. I'm calling this. If you guys can't pick it up, that anything different from what I said during the rush, then I'm fucked. That is just a guarantee. We've seen it so many times. I mean, it's not like we were running hurry up and there's 15, 20 seconds left on the play clock before snapping. Like we're going down to the last 5 seconds trying to communicate because we have such a young line and they
Mm-hmm.
haven't had many reps together. And then we're still getting fucked. Like it takes a long time for a line to gel. And we've had like 13 different swaps this year.
I agree. How do you feel about Reek Woolen? A
Who?
lot of injuries in Seattle. Reek Woolen, he was a first round DB that they took a few years ago. This will be his first free agency, but he's going to be a free agent from Seattle. I personally would love to go after him. Khalil Mack is a guy that's getting older, but if you could pair him up with Hutch, where he's not getting that double team every fucking play, that'd be
If you
great.
can get Khalil on every 3rd down and 5 and more, I mean, that would just do wonders. He's not obviously he's a game breaker if he's getting
Mm-hmm.
his one-on-ones, but
And then I saw another name, Ojabo. Would you guys like to
fuck
see the
yeah.
reunion?
I don't know what's been going on in the last year or two since his Baltimore stint. I don't know what he's been. I know
Yeah.
he did get hurt. I know he went down for a year. It all comes down to money.
Yep.
these guys aren't going to be the saving grace, especially when we're letting up 40 points a game, mainly 350 through the air. Um,
Yeah, I'm
I
just
wouldn't
like
be mad.
I'm going through the free agents this year, and I'm just looking at some. They're decent options. You got AJ Espinosa from Bills. He's got a solid, like his projected market's pretty mediocre, less than what we're paying DJ Reader on the O line, and he's going to be better than him. Who else we got here? Quiddy Pay. He's going to charge. That's going to be a lot. Him and Hutch played together, I think, a little bit. Probably Hutch's freshman year.
It'll be interesting to see. I hope we get aggressive. Let's get aggressive in the free agency market so we can bring in vets that we know what we're going to get, and then hopefully draft like you were talking about, the next man up guy that we can build to be that person when they're moving out on their way out. We'll see.
Yeah, I would like us to be aggressive as well, especially because we weren't at all during the deadline, and then we got rolled the rest of the year. So it wasn't like we got the guys in the locker room type of thing. It was like we're gonna save for next year.
Yeah,
But
Braden Smith
I'm
from
not
the
I'm not
Colts.
pissed because
Right.
our defense we're not gonna go far. You know what I mean? We got
Right.
what we got. I said it for the last couple of weeks. It's just not a playoff team. There's a lot better defenses in the NFC and in general that would roll us like we've got rolled earlier in the year.
You can't expect to score 30 every game, or
Even
have
if
to
you do,
score
you might
30
have to
every
score
game.
40 at this point.
Right. True.
Yeah. I think one of the big things we ain't touched on, we've talked about it a couple weeks ago, but they need to re-sign Gibbs. Re-sign Gibbs.
That's a guarantee. We're in the same boat as Miami and Achan. He is the shining light. Like you can see a way out and a build around player. If you let him go, that'd be like letting Bijan go.
There's
Or
no
letting
real
Luca
rush,
go.
though, right?
You know.
I'm saying,
No,
I
don't
think
so.
this offseason.
We're just saying in general. Like get it done now so we don't have to worry about it. It's not a lingering thing.
Yeah.
We know where our cap's at. Yada yada yada. It's not like a media thing. The best running back in the league still hasn't got signed by Detroit, and then it goes into what they did with Barry and Kelvin and yada yada yada. Just do it, get it over with. We don't want to even get into that predicament. It doesn't need to get into the media. He's
I
our
think
best player.
I think it's what we did with we signed JMO a year early. We've signed all our guys a year earlier than we should have, just to make sure they're under contract and we don't have to deal with it. Do the same thing for him. And honestly, like I think you got to do, in order to do that, you kind of got to let Monty walk this offseason. So you got to trade him, and we better get something back in return for that. Whether it's draft picks, preferably, I'd like to see a player swap. Give us some O-line, some D, somebody who needs a running back. He's not that old.
Yeah, the worst thing is, like, imagine what we could have got for him at the end of last year.
Yeah. We didn't, I guess.
Compared to what we're going to get for him this year,
yeah,
his average is like 12 yards a fucking game.
But it's just because he hasn't played, so maybe he's got more wheels on his feet than.
No, I feel you.
Others,
it's
I don't
just
know.
like, oh, I get it. Like you can only get paid for what you did last year usually.
Yeah.
You know, that's what your agent's gonna bring into the table. They still got some tread on them boys. Pay them what the guys that did good last year did. I don't know, we'll see. I wouldn't like to get rid of Monty, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind. You see Chicago with Monangai?
Yeah.
He's a dog. He's out there for less than $1 million this year.
Mm-hmm.
Less than $1 million for the next couple of years. He is a dog, and those are like hard running, but he doesn't have to be 35. He doesn't have to be 30 years old. You can run hard and be young. It's like a little bit of a misconception. Like the older you get, the more gritty you are. It's like there are plenty of running backs that are young that are going to be cheaper than Monty, and you're not going to have to pay him for another 3-4 years.
Yeah.
But then again, that's another draft pick gone, not to the defense. So you got to pick and choose wisely. You got to the market, the end of the year market, 2 draft days, the craziest thing. Figuring out what you're gonna do, or what your goal is gonna be. You know, draft day is never perfect for you, ideally, but you need to get a decent amount of your shopping done before draft day comes. And that kind
Yeah,
of
and that's what.
dictate what you need.
And there's a lot of good the running back market's pretty good this offseason. Just in like who's available. So if we kind of get rid of him, if that's even a thought, they got to do it sooner than later.
Well, and Gibbs can be a 3-down back no matter what.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you
You
have the
gotta-
duality, but he could.
And you gotta get the answer from Taylor Decker and Graham Glasgow if they're coming back next season before the draft.
For sure. Oh yeah.
Because if they do leave, that's compensatory draft picks that we're gonna also get.
Right.
And for being your starting left tackle and your starting center should be a decently high compensatory draft pick that we get.
Yeah. Did you say Frank Ragnow in that? Is that what you said?
No, Graham Glasgow
Graham
and
Glasgow.
Taylor Decker.
Well, I was just wondering, like Frank Ragnow, he tried to come back. Like, is he going to come back next year, or is he just like, I'm done now?
I think he went to go get his physical and tore his ass up, tore his hammies out. He did something. Like there's
That's
no
what I'm
way
saying.
they would fly you out there. No, even if you're heavy. But it's like he failed his physical like movement tests. It wasn't like he, you know what I mean? It wasn't like he has a lingering issue where Detroit calls and he's like, no, I'm 100%. And then they get there and they figure something out. Like he didn't know. You know what I mean? It's like that whole thing was a little weird.
With them calling it a grade 3 strain of the hamstring, that's a complete tear. Like,
yeah, that's
I think
like you weren't running for the last couple months and you went and did a
he
fucking
got the call and
agility
said,
test.
all right, I'm gonna go do my workout, and then boop, oh shit.
That's what I got from it too, is like old man went to run. I've seen it. I've seen it. Hammies go.
Yep.
Not a young buck anymore. Grade 3 is crazy too, because you didn't get there with that.
Yeah.
Right.
You did not get there with that. So I think he's out of the question, especially with the amount, like we had to bring in young players.
Yeah.
We're still trying to build the culture. Penne's pretty much the only one that's a guarantee, right? Like for the next few
Pretty
years.
much, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have Mahogany and Ratledge under contract.
Right.
Well, they should be better next year. So I mean, I think I'm fine with them slotting in at the guards, but like we need that at left tackle or slide Penne over there, get us a new right tackle, and we need a fucking center who's not a dingbat. So
center's extremely hard. We need a vet. We're not
Go
bringing
get
in a rook. We're not bringing in a rookie center.
Let's see
We're not bringing in a
else is
rookie
out
center.
there.
Joe Bitonio for the Browns, he's a guard, but if we went and got him, it'd be like getting Zeitler for last season. Yep. He's just been an all-pro guy pretty much his whole career.
The Bills center is going to be a free agent too, and I mean, he's got to have some knowledge under them. We're going with Big Brain there, so
right.
I think outside of Linderbaum and the Bills center. Carolina center's on here. The Panther center, I don't know much about him, but seems like those would be the top 2 picks.
He's got Rico a couple 100-yard games. He's been doing something.
He's been doing something, yeah.
Regardless, I think we're all in the same boat of we can't just go, well, they were injured this year. Next year when we're fully healthy, we'll get them. We don't have
That's
to.
What we did last year.
Right.
That's what we did last year. Here we are.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't get fooled again.
Old George.
Yeah,
so pretty depressing. Michigan the last couple weeks. Still waiting for the coach. I know we've had a little bit more of inclination of who it's going to be now, but still that floating in the air. Pogge's being the coach right now, but it's looking like he's not going to be the guy. And then Detroit loses 3 straight. Just a rough December, boys.
Yeah, rough December. I think on the Kyle Whittingham news front for Michigan, I think that's locked in. I think we're going to get an update here tonight, based on all the articles coming out. I think it's already signed, done deal. It just hasn't been announced. Jimmy said the blue smoke's flowing.
Yep.
So,
and you know what? Bringing in Kyle Whittingham, he's been at Utah since Urban left. That's who Urban picked to take over that program back in 2005, and he's second longest tenured coach in the NCAA behind Iowa's head coach. As long as he keeps Alford, our offensive line coach, I think everything will be just fine.
I think the biggest thing, regardless of, I'm assuming he's going to be our guy. You got to retain as much of that roster as you can. We can't afford to lose Underwood for sure. We can't afford to lose Marsh, the running back room, defense, anybody. We can't afford to lose anybody at this point. And
Bryce did post yesterday on his IG story a picture of him in Michigan uniform, said Merry Christmas. So makes me think that he's happy.
I think part of it too, just in the new era we're in, like the new NIL era, there might be no way for him to even get out. Like he's just locked in regardless.
Right.
You know, where like some of the other guys like Marsh, nobody really we expected him to do something next year. Him crushing it this year, well, now that opens the door to, hey, I'm gonna get the fuck out.
Yeah, and some money on the way.
That won't be the case. Yeah,
no.
That won't be the case. I think hopefully,
yeah,
I think
Christmas,
this is the right hire. I saw. I saw somebody posted that they went through and scoped out Kyle Whittingham's whole Instagram. The only women he follows are his wife and daughter. So no scandals, nothing's gonna happen.
That's a great guy right there. That's
Michigan man, a real one, not a fraud.
Great guy.
He's a real one. Great guy.
No frauds.
I said he's a great guy. He's a great guy. He might be the best guy.
Does he have a birder?
Not that we know of, you know. So
yeah. I think it's safe, and I think it could be good for the culture. He built or continued on building that culture at Utah. They've had, good players go there for the amount of resources they've had, and they've been contending for that championship every year. Whether or not they're right on the cusp or actually in it, but they are one of the teams to be in that conference year in and year out. And I think it has to do with the coach and the culture of the team.
Yeah, I think the only question that I really have is like, why not Biff? Like, he was there, players seem to support him. Why not?
It's tough knowing. It's like, how much did he want to be head coach? And was he ready to do that for the full season? Filling in and being an interim and just constructing the game plan is a lot different than going through an entire year of recruiting and using your resources wisely, bringing in a complete staff, yada yada yada. It's a little more experience than being assistant or being anywhere on the staff that wasn't the head coach, having to pull all the strings. So I think for Michigan, we want someone now, especially after all the bullshit, someone that's solidified, has been doing it for X amount of years, and has been loyal to said team. So I think we went the safest route. Maybe not the safest route, but one of the safest routes possible to not have to be in this situation in 2 years.
Yeah. The other thing that I wonder, I mean, it's not really a wonder, it's going to happen. We're not getting 10, 15 years out of Whittingham.
Right.
We might get 6 at best, in my opinion. He's going to be 72, 73 in 6 years.
Yeah.
How long is he going to coach for? Right. Yeah. How long is he coaching for? And so I think it becomes, you need to win now. You need to retain the talent. You need to win now. And then we need to find a successor.
For sure.
All kind of, at the same time.
I'm a little struggling on the successor route after the Moore thing. I don't know if we're going to do that right after, but it would make the most sense. Get someone on the staff that is the same culture as our head coach, and we'll be able to continue it. But again, we just did that. 2 different people, 2 different situations. But hopefully he stays healthy and can coach for longer than 6 years. Hopefully he builds something.
Hopefully it's 8 more years and then Harbaugh can come back.
Dude, Donnie's delusional. He thinks Ray Lewis is coming to coach next year.
Yeah, no, we were talking. I had so
much
Ed
stuff. Reed, Ray Lewis.
I had so much stuff written down. This guy was like Urban Meyer over Nick Saban. I was like, I think they played 4 or 5 times, and I'm pretty sure Nick Saban won every matchup. So What else? What else we got to say? Anyways, this
We're,
is,
we're
I'm
not
good.
hashing. Dunny said no, not again.
But what do you guys think? So Whittingham comes in. What do you want him to accomplish?
Beat Ohio State, win the Big Ten. You have zero other options. You have the highest
Year
paid
one?
quarterback. Year one. That's the
Year
only
one.
that's the welcome to Michigan. You get nothing else. We're the Ohio State game away this year with this shitty roster with all the bullshit happening to go in the playoffs. You inherit all that same shit, and obviously it's not like he has seniors, but he can go get people he wants. We got the money, we got all the resources. He's going to have more than he ever had at Utah in higher star capability. It's not like this or you're gone type of situation, but if we're talking about the bar being set, it's going to be beat Ohio State and get to the playoffs, win the Big Ten. But beating Ohio State and getting in the playoffs will be the biggest thing. I don't think he, especially with his age that you were saying, is going to get the 4 years that Harbaugh did to beat Ohio State.
Right.
So that might play into the 6-year gap. You don't have 6 years to wait to beat Ohio State and get on top, anyways. Not with this program and the amount of resources we're dishing out every year.
I think it's just development of players. We're already right there where we can compete with Ohio State. If we continue to develop players, we can consistently beat Ohio State. And like we said, Bryce Underwood is supposed to be a generational talent. He needs someone that's going to help him become that generational talent. Who's he going to bring in to develop his offensive side of the ball? Because he is a defensive guy. He played linebacker in the NFL. He was D coordinator before he took the head coaching job at Utah. Develop players, beat Ohio State, get in the college football playoff by year 2. We'll be good to go. Dan, Urban Meyer, Nick Saban, 2-2 head to head. So
That was
I'm gonna ignore that comment, but
cut that out. Cut that out.
I think that's where my point of like he needs to retain the talent. Like for both of your points, like if he's gonna get announced later tonight, I'm assuming. What happens to our players then over the next week? He's got to get there. He's got to get on campus, got to talk to those guys in person. Anybody who's considering it, talk to those guys, figure out why they're leaving, what he can do to keep them to stay. Obviously some of the people that want to transfer, we got some dog shitters, so we let them walk. But
It's inevitable.
Guys,
Samaj Morgan.
Yeah, Samaj, you're good. Have fun at Central.
we got to keep the core talent, the core backups, keep them, and then whoever is supposed to sign with us on signing day, get back out there, make sure they're locked in. And then next step after that, January 2nd, that portal opens. Who are we going after? Hollywood Smothers better be on the fucking roster.
No, we got Savion Hyder. We don't need Hollywood Smothers.
I'll get a Smothers jersey. He shows up on that roster.
Me too. No bullshit. We ain't getting him. He's gonna get a bag to go somewhere else. He's gonna go
we're not
Miami or something.
Somewhere.
He's gonna go somewhere to pay his ass.
But yeah, get in that January 2nd. You got to get in there. We need refresh where we need to refresh. Can he do that?
Be tough. Especially trying to get people to come to a university that has a brand new head coach. Like whatever you're saying is just ideas at this point because you don't get to say what you've done at Michigan yet. You know what I mean? Like you're telling kids philosophically how you would like to do something at Michigan that you haven't done yet.
I think that's where he's got the advantage over a lot of other people. Look what I've done with less resources at a smaller school. All these players went to the NFL, less resources. What can I do with what I'm going to do with all these resources?
Right.
Like, yes, perspective, but like you've already done it too with less. You've done it with less. Yeah. So you should multiply that with more.
Yeah, especially as a head coach. That is the gift of the NIL and having more resources, facilities, resources, people. It's just like your staff grows so much with the amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Whittingham is coaching Utah's bowl game on the 31st as well. So
That's cool. Get the dub. Get the dub, coach. It's your final dub on the way out. I'm cool with it.
it's against
Mm.
Nebraska.
Oh, fucking kill him. Kill him.
Slaughterhouse.
I know Ryle is not playing, so it's not as much as a hate sesh, but it's always nice when they lose.
Is he still? Did you just see that somewhere, Jimmy?
Yeah, he announced that he was stepping down as the head coach, but wanted to end amicably, so he agreed to coach the bowl game. Now, if he signs a contract
wondered if that
before
would
then, maybe
change.
Utah will say we don't need you. But seems like
Yeah, I just wondered.
it was known he wasn't going to be the coach next season, and they were okay with letting him coach his final game because he's been there for
Yeah, I was gonna say
20
he's been
years.
there for 20 years. Yeah, let him go out.
Yeah,
That's a prestigious.
I just wondered if once it's actually pen to paper, or I mean, it probably already is pen to paper, but once it's like officially announced, like, are you still going to stick by that decision? Because that kind of, it doesn't really. I guess he doesn't. He just has to show up on game day, so it's not really his team anymore. So just show up,
Right.
do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, his D coordinator's taking over for him at Utah. So I mean, I bet you he's just sitting there giving tips on things that he would do as a head coach, and less coaching the players, more coaching the
coach.
staff. Yeah.
Winging them in. Give them
Mhm.
one game before you're thrown into the fire next year.
Good luck, bud.
Good luck. You've had 20 years to watch me.
Hopefully you're taking notes. Should be full by now.
Days ran out of textbooks. Central's playing Northwestern right now. I don't know why the fuck that's a bowl game, but they're
Belt
losing
to
34 to 0 at the Lion in Detroit. I
Is
mean,
it in
why is
Detroit?
that a thing? Yeah, it's in Detroit.
Damn.
Them Central players are getting that ass whoop. I mean, it's unfortunate Northwestern 6-6, but they did beat some Big Ten schools this year. So going against Central is kind of just like a, come on,
Mhm.
bro. You couldn't give us someone else. Couldn't give us Kent State.
Dan, when we worked at
Mexico?
MSX, we used to get free tickets to that bowl game down in Detroit.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, I don't know if you ever took advantage of it, but I went 2 or 3 times.
I didn't know.
They changed it. It used to be Little Caesars Bowl.
Yeah, it was the Little Caesars Bowl.
Okay,
Then it was the Quicken Lane Bowl.
Oh yeah. Now it's the Game Above Bowl.
Whatever the hell that is.
Game Above Sports Bowl.
This is random, but do you guys know if Michigan State's wide receiver Nick Marsh is related to Andrew Marsh?
I don't think he is. I think we asked this because why wouldn't the brothers just go?
Well, I was looking
Cousins.
at who was in the transfer portal. Nick Marsh is in the transfer portal.
Yes, they are brothers.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
With Nick being the older sibling. And
why are they not? Why one?
Well, Nick Marsh is in the transfer portal.
But we played this year.
Could be good or bad for us, because that could also be if he goes to a school, his brother wants to play with him, or he could just come to Michigan and play with his brother. Fucking.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, buddy, we got. Yeah, I don't know. Why was that not a storyline for the Michigan State game though? Like, why didn't I know that or hear about it?
Well, this is what AI Overview says.
Okay.
Here we go. Dunny check Google or Dan check Google.
That's what happened when I Googled it. I
didn't hear about it. They gotta be. I mean, they just gaslit you to actually think that they're brothers. That'd be
That's
crazy.
what I'm wondering. Yeah.
Nick AI be gaslighting.
This says Nick is not the older brother of Andrew Marsh.
What's that? Someone's Instagram fucking post?
No, you're reading the Instagram. AI read an Instagram and then fed it to you. A silver platter, and you just told the listeners.
You're welcome, everybody.
Someone just stopped the video and then went, so did you know they were brothers? They are brothers though and didn't go to the same school, then I pity them.
I don't think they are. This person for Michigan State SI wrote a whole article on the Battle of the Marshes. has a similar name across the field. It would be a battle for the ages. What the?
Dude,
Yeah,
this
no.
guy was stoned writing that.
They're long lost brothers.
Between two players with the same name fighting for bragging rights is the ultimate marsh.
Jesus. All right, so maybe I'm false reporting. Thank you, Google AI.
Another fake news.
Fake news.
You heard it here first, though. They're not
Fade,
brothers.
Fade Dunny.
Well,
not
let's see what
brothers.
Wikipedia says before I.
That's not on there. I looked at both their Wikipedia pages.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't think so.
Try to cover his tracks, but not fast enough.
Yeah, I was just looking at the transfer portal. I don't really know anybody in here other than the quarterbacks. So.
We'll see. We gotta wait. We gotta wait for football to be over. Got to see who from the big dogs drop out, go to the transfer portal, right?
All right. Yeah.
For the people that we actually sign, we retain with our head coach. Still some floaters. There's options. People don't
Dude.
have to sign.
This article from Sportscasting Bets says a Detroit native Marsh could rewrite his legacy in Michigan by transferring from East Lansing to Ann Arbor. He would join his younger brother, Andrew Marsh, who has emerged as the Wolverines' top target as a freshman. So I don't know what to believe.
Now you got me Googling, and you guys already scoured the internet.
I don't know.
Andrew Marsh.
They're not brothers.
Katy, Texas. So they're
Not brothers.
They're not brothers. Damn it. Oh, well.
Dude, whoever wrote that article, piss off.
Did the same thing I did. Just Googled it real quick.
Yeah, that's some Gen Z AI.
Yeah, that's some garbage. Did Justice Haynes declare for the draft?
I do not believe so.
Okay.
He ballsy. You just basically declare for the free agency for undrafted free agents.
I just had when we were talking about the Lions, I had top draft prospects pulled up, and he was number 2 on the running back list, and I was like, I didn't think he was just senior, but anyways. So we'll see. Who would you like to see Whittingham bring in for OC and DC?
I don't even have names for you. I would just like to see someone aggressive. I don't give a fuck what his name is. I want somebody young and aggressive that'll use our playmakers. I know we love to run the trenches, but you know, when you don't have it, you got to use what you got. I just want somebody to utilize outside talent, as in our receivers.
They're talking about him potentially bringing his offensive coordinator from Utah, which, I mean, they're averaging 41 points a game this season.
So. And they run some shit. They're extremely open, and they have been, you know, for a long time.
Right. And defensive coordinator, I mean, I want him to bring whoever he thinks is fit to become a real defensive coordinator, because I feel like with his background and how much of a D coordinator he is, he can kind of have someone under his wing to develop what he wants.
For sure.
To then move into our defensive coordinator position in 2027. If
he could be
ready in 26. Yeah.
Yeah, he could be the lead and just kind of wing it. Give as much as he needs throughout each week as he feels comfortable until he can actually take that role on, and then he can focus more on the rest of the team.
Agreed. I guess, are you guys looking at any of the games this weekend? Are you watching them? Are you betting them? What are you thinking, college football wise?
When do the games start?
Saturday.
19th?
They start at 11 a.m. the 27th.
I don't even know.
Oh, bowl games. I got you. Bowl games.
Yep. I'm really looking at the North Texas for San Diego State.
What do you think? It's going to be an over? Are you going to take North Texas spread by 1 million?
North Texas spread. And actually, when I did my write-up on Tuesday...
Mine is 6.5, dude. You might fucking drop the house on it.
When I did my write-up on Tuesday, I put North Texas minus 3.5 because that's what the spread was then. And minus 6.5 is also what I wrote down. So, hammer it.
6.5. They're all playing?
Their quarterback is playing, yeah.
Got 4,100 yards, 31 tutties this year. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I told Jimmy before the episode I really hate betting on bowl games because half the teams fucking sit out. And
You
it's
have to go
bullshit.
do the research, and then even if you do, like, you don't realize what those couple players do to an offense or defense without them.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
the first game, and they've been off for 2 fucking weeks. It's basically a whole new team. You're watching a
Yeah.
whole new team in a whole different setting. Most of the time, the offense coordinator is saying, "Fuck it, we ball." Especially in bowl
I-
games now, where it really doesn't matter. You're getting paid to be there.
I think of all the times in the past 10 years when Michigan's went to some random ass bowl game and we have just, I don't even
play
remember
a
what the dude's name was. Someone just blow up for like,
Citrus Bowl.
yeah, 10 carries, 400 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns. You're like, we're going to be so fucking good next year. And then the guy just does, he's not even the starter. You're like, what happened to that guy? Where'd he go?
Nope. Yep. And usually we lose. We go typically this is what happens. We go to a Citrus Bowl and we play Florida at Florida State. That's pretty much all we do. And I think we've lost like 8 out of the last 10 bowl games that were in playoffs. Like we might be one of the worst bowl teams ever. That isn't to do with playoffs. Since the Harbaugh era,
We
we
beat Bama
never
last year. That's all that
gave
matters.
a fuck. Yeah, that's true. Our defense was nasty. Jalen Milroe had 19 turnovers.
And Jordan Marshall come out game.
Yeah. Would have been nice for him to come out this year.
Right. Just a quick. I had Clemson -3 against Penn State. I
like
think
that.
Dabo, tries to end on a positive note for Clemson. I
That
don't
is
trust
legal.
Penn State at all. North Texas, they're gonna blow them out, and then Houston money line versus LSU.
Shout out Hawaii and that second string quarterback that came in with 15 seconds left. I love you. Dude, he
And then-
throws a dot. One pass. One opportunity.
Then the end of the game just ending with the ball's on the ground. I don't give a shit. We're gonna go ahead and just fight. Drop the gloves. Let's go.
Camera didn't even turn off, and
Right.
somebody hit someone. Like, I
Season's
thought they
over,
were
we're
supposed to be
fighting.
chilling in Hawaii, bro.
Right.
Those are bad vibes, Hawaii.
Yep.
What about your Georgia Tech? What about Georgia Tech, Dunny? You ain't got none on Georgia Tech? No Haynes King, 2 touchdown final performance? Or you're leaving your boys out like that? They
Hold
play
on, let's see
BYU and they're 4-point dogs.
There are
11
no lines
11 and
for
2
player
BYU.
props yet.
Yeah, maybe he's not playing.
Probably because nobody's playing. BYU's about to win by 400 because their whole team's 12.
Texas
Can't
is
beat those
-8.5
crap.
versus Michigan. I might hammer it.
You're gonna take Texas -8.5?
Oh yeah, trust me, it's a bowl game. I swear to God, dude. I know last week might be fucking with your heads, but last year, it was different scenario. Different scenario. Where are the kids' heads at right now versus Texas?
Hey, Biff's the head coach. I think he's just gonna say, "Fuck it, I didn't get the job." But guess what? I'm gonna show everyone what the fans want and what could have been. I'm just gonna open the playbook. Let's go, Bryce. Let's throw
You
some
can
darts.
open the playbook, but you will have to close the playbook and play defense at some point.
Let me look. Because I was just reading that Whittingham's planning on going to the bowl game.
Yeah, that's what.
Where does who the fuck's he coach for? Utah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did they play?
They play on the 31st. There's no way he's gonna be at our game. They're playing
Play
in
Nebraska,
Vegas at
you-
3:30, and we play at 3.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be there, buddy.
Unless he's not coaching the Utah anymore. Because I literally just read the article. It said he's planning on going to the Michigan game, the bowl game. So then he wouldn't be coaching them. But
I guess we'll see.
yeah.
Breaking news! You heard it here first, folks. He's gonna be on the sideline to watch Michigan get their ass waxed.
Yep.
He's gonna be able to see with his own 2 eyes what players he's not keeping around for next year.
Yeah, go ahead and enter the portal there, bud.
Yeah, we'd hate to lose you. We just don't have a scally for you, man.
You can get paid somewhere else.
Maybe.
Hey, your high school eligibility might not be up yet.
You actually have 4 years eligibility in Canadian football.
If you enter the draft and don't get drafted, does that mean you can come back if you enter as a junior?
It depends if you sign an
point-
agent, right? You can put
I
your
think
name
at
into the
this
draft,
point,
but
if
as soon
you're-
as you sign an agent, then you're banking on it and you're investing in it.
I don't know. There's a kid that's about to play for the Baylor Bears basketball team that was drafted 31st in the NBA draft and is now going back to play college basketball. And there was an Oklahoma City Thunder guy who played on the championship team last year, has his ring, and now is going to try and go back to play.
Hey, you already got your MBA. You might as well try to go full cycle. Go back and get your college chip.
Yeah.
Get some NIL deal. You know how much experience you got? You have NBA Finals experience, buddy.
Yeah. I think Trey Burke, still has a year left of eligibility. Tim
LeBron's
Hardaway
got
Jr.
4.
Yeah. Yikes.
Have him go to Arizona with his son and go win a chip. He's did
No,
everything
he would
else.
go to
Fuck
Ohio
it.
State. He would go to Ohio State.
Well, that means his
unfortunately.
son would go there too. It'd be a package deal.
True.
There's no way he'd be dunking on his son in the playoff in the March
Go there
Madness.
today, Bryce.
He gets like 8 minutes a game. You got LeBron playing all 40. 4 years eligibility though. We should try to recruit him, Dusty.
Franz Wagner has a few years.
Yeah.
We could be set.
I don't think we got the bag anymore. Fox got some money. All right, boys. You guys got anything else?
That's it for me.
Dan?
No, I'm good.
All right, we'll run it back in a couple days. Do a college football second round outlook and any other NFL stuff we want to talk about. We appreciate you guys as always. Happy holidays. Be safe. Happy New Year. Peace.
Another one for Tommy Boy. Another one for the world. Another one for the listeners. And maybe